Hey everybody, welcome to Average Guy Opinions. I'm your average guy, Johnny Corelli. Because I'm feeling very Italian today. I'm a Johnny Corelli. I want to talk about, sorry, jeez, just can't shake this COVID cough. I want to talk about filmmaking. Since a couple episodes ago on my birthday, I was in a film. I did about 2 hours of work for $100, so that was great, tax free. But I mentioned that I played Uncle Kevin, the closeted gay man, trying to get some tail in a public bathroom. It was a lot of fun. I really liked it. I'm not very good at acting. I think I did an adequate job, and I just tried, And that's what when you're a local level filmmaker, that's what you have to work with. You have to work with this. You don't get George Clooney or Brad Pitt. You get this, okay? And it was I had a lot of fun doing it. And like I said, and I worked with Max Max Aguiar and Logan Dimert, and I think it's Dimert, maybe Deemert. Those are the guys who make up Janky Jank Productions, and they're on their third film. They're both young, man. I think they're both around 30. I don't know their exact ages, but they're young and really cool dudes. And I'm happy to be in their films. I'm on their credits of their second film called Veneer. The first movie is called the Doors Between Us, and I am such a schmuck that I forgot the name of this movie. I'm in it, and I forgot the name of it. But Logan does most of the acting in it. From what I can tell, he's the main character named Tyler, and I think it's just kind of a coming of age story where this guy's trying to figure himself out. He's on drugs a lot, so his world is hazy. In fact, the scene I'm in, he's kind of going in and out of, I wouldn't call it consciousness, but lucidity, I guess is the word I'm looking for. But I really want you guys to understand what it takes to film a movie. I mean, I know things are getting easier and easier. I mean, we got phones. There's actually there's a place here in Denver called the Alamo Draft House where they do microbrews and they do good food, and they also show a lot of local filmed entertainment. They even have every year they have a contest called the Phone It In contest where you use your phone to make a 3-minute movie. I'm sure many of you have seen the ads for the new Apple phone that has 3 different lenses on it, and you can zoom in it. It's insane on your phone. So the game is completely changed, which is great. I think, well, it's good. To me, it's like everything, like the internet. The internet it has a lot of great stuff. It has a lot of horrible stuff. So it's the same with entertainment, right? We're getting all kinds of incredible entertainment because of almost the endless channels we have, especially if you include YouTube into that. But sometimes you got to sift through the garbage to find the good stuff. But it's great because it's opening doors for my friends Logan and Max and the people and their friends, and they're making movies, and it's cool. And like I mentioned also in the last episode, I was responsible for taking 3.33% of their budget. It's a $3,000 budget. I don't know if it's technically a GoPro. I forgot to ask Max, but it's basically the camera and the mic are all right there. The mic, it's like it's not even a boom mic, but it's it's a little mic that sticks out, and it's almost like a camcorder, but it's way better. You can edit on it. There's a little flippy screen that he can watch as he's filming. It's amazing. And I have to say that Logan and Max are super professional and super patient, which is something you have to do when you're making a movie with comics and improv people and theater kids from high school. We're not professional actors, and they paid us rather, like I said, I was paid rather well, and I just do it because it's a lot of fun. I honestly was like, you don't have to pay me. He's like, no, I do. And I was like, okay. I'm gonna fight you. I need $100, maybe not as much as the next guy, but a little more than the rich guys. So yeah, and I've done this too, and the reason I talk about this from a very small amount of experience, but I have been on the set of a few things, little YouTube productions, like there's a guy named Ben Bryant here in Denver, also a comedian and sorry about the wobbling of the table, but he makes he's a really funny comedian, and he makes a lot of shorts, and he even did I think it's a series of shorts called Police Cops, and I was in it, and I have a very small part in it, but and he apologized to me emphatically at the end, because I had to sit around all day and wait for my spot, and I didn't get paid. I got fed, but that's the way it is, and it's nice, and it's nice to get in there and get your face on something and be able to help out a local production. And a super nice guy again, really good director, and he acts in his movies. So do these guys. So do Max and Logan, and it's just a cool thing to be a part of. And I just wanted to. The main reason I wanted to do this video is to illustrate how difficult it is. So we spent about 2 hours in that bathroom. That's a public bathroom. So Logan had to go to management and talk to, and it was in Edgewater Plaza, and I think I mentioned that too. It was right by right where Dante works, right? And so we went from 10 to 12 in the morning. Luckily it wasn't super busy, but this sweet girl named Amanda, who also I think is in the movie at some point. I didn't film with her, but she yelled "Dennis" every time someone was coming. So we had to bail out of that bathroom quite a bit. We had to get approval. We still had to get out of customers' way, and then we had to try to film. And we got everything done in 2 hours, which is great. But it's not an easy process for a local filmmaker. They don't have a set they can go to in Hollywood. It's really quite a painstaking experience. And like I said, these guys are super professional and kind. Another thing I did with Ben Bryant, besides the police cops thing, was and I'll get a link to this in the description of the video, because I get a kick out of it. I love showing it to people. It's I think it's called the Great Italian Baking Show, or the Great Italian Cooking Show, but it was based on the Great British Baking Show, and it's just me and 5 or 4 other comics in a kitchen, just talking like typical Italians, bibbidi boppidi, hey, all this, and throwing flour and stuff at each other. It's so dumb, but it was fun. And it's only a 30-second spot, but Ben did it very professionally, and I think it's got around 20,000 views, which is pretty respectable. But I understood that day what it takes to make a really professional looking product. He had guys holding boom mics, he had really good camera equipment, he had good editing equipment, and he directed like a director. He really cared about the product, even though it was just a goofy 30-second thing. So when you see these things, like a 30-second spot that we did, this was a few years ago, we put about 3 hours into that, and I was just part of the acting crew. We helped clean up, and but I wasn't there for early setup, like getting the cameras ready and figuring out the angles of the shots and all that. I wasn't part of any pre or post production. So just the shooting part was 3 hours for like a 30-second spot. So when you see these things that are when you see a good quality product on a screen, you really should respect it and understand that it took a process, and a really big one, to get there. Having said that, that leads me to this. Many of you know that I wrote a book. I know it's backwards. Maybe that's perfect that it's backwards, since it's called Thrown in Reverse. Damn, am I clever. But this is the one book I've wrote. I just published it last year, but I've been whenever, maybe it's all my movie theater background. I spent about 8 years in movie theaters, as a lot of you guys know. Met my ex-wife in a movie theater. Dante was born while I worked in a movie theater. Not, while I was, you know what I mean. I'm not, whatever. But so when I wrote this, I had a plot in mind. I had several characters in mind, but I also wrote it because my mind works that way, and that it should read like a film. So so I'm probably going to adapt this to a screenplay. I've even started storyboarding it. I started storyboarding it like a year ago, and I'm about 10 minutes into the movie. So it just shows that not does it only take patience and talent and fortitude. I guess those are the 3 things it takes. I thought I had a 4th one, but it takes time. It really does. And so, like I said, fortitude's the big one I was thinking of, because you got to stick with it, and I haven't stuck with it. And maybe I was never dreaming of this to be a movie in the first place, but if I want to make that happen, it's going to take some work. I'm probably going to talk to Max and Logan about it, and if I have enough money to scrape together, maybe we could do something like this. So maybe that's a place we can go. But as you guys know, like I said, I have a lot of movie theater background. I'm not going to talk about that, because I've talked about that before. But I did want you guys just to know, it takes a lot to make a movie, even a crappy one. It takes a lot. So yeah, I'm going to cut this one short, because I don't feel like babbling today. All right, thanks you guys. See you next time. Bye.